Hey, how's it going? It's been less than a year this time. Thank God, I guess. Now I'm just able to make these whenever I want, so can't stop, won't stop. I don't know if you can hear my family talking in the background. Hopefully that doesn't get picked up. Either way, oops. So, yeah, also, apologies for the bad hair day. Yeah, also, I was able to find this website called, I believe it was called Incompetech. I'll leave a link in the description, and it basically just gives me access to a whole library of royalty-free music to just download for free. So now you won't have to hear the same loop of my own song over and over and over again. And trust me, I'm just as glad about that as you, because even though you're just hearing it throughout the entire video, I have to edit it. I hear it much more than you. Now, it is time to actually talk about what I normally talk about in these videos, and that is the other videos. And I have some really cool news for you. I learned how to do some annotations. If you're on a mobile device, you probably can't see it, but now that I've figured out how annotations work, you can just click around here and you can check out the previous videos I've made in between rants. Yeah, that's cool. So, first video to talk about during the rant is obviously the last rant. Like, wouldn't you? I am. I mean, I would, and I am. Anyway, there's not really much to talk about it. It's just that making these videos, I kind of realized, like, I don't really talk about all the things that I want to talk about, and the things I do talk about end up sounding really weird. Like in the last rant video, I was talking about how I like cringe when watching the Apple parody video, which is not true. I just worded it weird. It's just like it felt weird but not cringeworthy, because I still do enjoy watching it. But you know, that's like, it's whatever. But yeah, I'm just glad I'm able to make these videos now, because it's a lot better than just like, you know, being in the dark, not being able to do as much as you would want. Because I'm able to get things done so much faster since I do it in my free time, just because I like to. And I'm recording this like at the end of this my second semester ever in college, and I haven't been able to make a lot of videos lately. Like, I've been able to make a few, but not much. And I guess that means these videos will be shorter. I don't know what the air quotes mean. It just means like it's still gonna be long, but in comparison to everything else. But yeah. Also, I do want to point out that in the last video I mentioned how I took down a video that I uploaded. And so yeah, I re-uploaded the video, and it's basically an interview with my friend Rose. She has been a friend of the family since as long as I can remember. And yeah, like, I did it because like it was a project for school, but it didn't really feel like it fit with the rest of the channel. But at this point, it's like a lot more videos have gone up since then, to the point where it's like, it'll just be there, because even though it doesn't really fit, I think it's very important that it's there because it genuinely is interesting. It may not have my best editing skills in it. Ugh, those stock images. But I believe what she says is like very real, very true, and it's deserving to just like be up there. And I'm really grateful for her helping me out with that project, and I hope you guys find it at least the least bit interesting, because I really didn't know about this until like I interviewed her. It was just like, I need to interview someone, like, hey mom, do you have any ideas? And she's like, well, how about Rosa? I'm like, that's a great idea. Now let's actually talk about videos I've uploaded since. God, it took us this long to get to that. Alright, first one was, it was the one I teased at the end of the last rant. So, basically, me and my buddy Jordan ate some really nasty beans. And no, I don't mean the ones with protein. And all these videos, by the way, I'll probably leave in the description as well if you want to check them out there. And yeah, I'll leave them in chronological order to when I mention them. And this video is interesting because like it started out like I was in Maine for vacation, and I saw, we were at a candy shop, and I saw this little box of beans that I've seen everywhere on the internet, and I'm like, I need to do this with someone. I don't know why I had the bright idea to do that, but I don't know. I was talking to Jordan one day, and I'm like, I have these box of beans. Do you want to eat them with me on camera? He's like, no, goddamn, no. Never! And somehow I was able to convince him to do it. Because the internet. Ah, man. That was just as fun to film as it was to edit. It's interesting too, because the censoring was a lot of fun. I don't know if I'll censor in that way again. I've been debating about whether or not I should censor the words I say, and I don't know, like with like raw, like unscripted stuff like that, I might censor it sometimes, like if we do it a lot. But if it's me and Jordan, we're gonna do it a lot. But I don't know, with actual scripted like material that I feel like would be more entertaining uncensored, then yeah, like personally I do the best job possible to speak like without swearing. Like I'll throw one up once in a while, but like I ain't no potty mouth. I'm not gonna like just like throw them at you like I'm KSI or whatever. Calling you out. But yeah. Anyway, back to the beans. So yeah, I mentioned at the end of the video, in text form, that my dad ate the rest of them. And yeah, pretty much all of them were bad, except for like I think like 2 or so. I don't remember. But like it was that long ago. And I even filmed it even longer ago. And this is going to be an interesting story. So, my dad ate everything except for 2 vomit beads. Because, like, he got to the point where he's like, no, I'm not eating anymore. And he could stomach some stuff, so, like, I was amazed. but even he had his limits, so I was just left with these 2 vomit beans, which I know are vomit, given the ratio. And so I just held on to these beans for so long, to the point where I'm like I think a few months pass, and I'm talking to Jordan, and I'm like, I have these 2 beans left still. If you want, I can give them to you, and you can give them to whoever you want and make them eat them without even telling them what they are. And Jordan was like, cool. So he took the beans in this little Ziploc sandwich bag, just 2 vomit beans. He like, this is the story he told me. He went to a friend that was like at his house or whatever. He gave him the beans. It was like, here, you want to try these? And he was like, sure. And he tried them. They were both peach. I was so mad. I held on to those beans for so goddamn long. If I knew they were peach, I would have ate it out of spite. Because I don't know if you noticed, I got 2 vomits. Jordan didn't get a single vomit. And like, he got skunk spray and a little dog food, but he didn't get a single vomit. I don't care what you say, vomit is the worst in that bunch. And yet it's the most common flavor in the pack that we got. How very convenient. I ranted about it in that video, like, oh, like, vaguely. Like, they just put in the worst flavors in the biggest cluster just because, like, they realize, oh, people are doing this on YouTube. We need to get more reactions. Oh, boy! So naturally, you can understand that I'm very done with those beans. No more Bean-Boozled beans. Which is why, instead, I got these Harry Potter beans! Yay! Man. I plan on doing it soon with a friend of mine. Over the summer. Hopefully we can get to that. So, expect that. And it's a smaller box, so don't expect it to be as long. I'm not that excited for it, even though I technically should be. Because I looked at the flavors on the back of the box, and it has its own vomit flavor. Like, at least I'll know it's vomit this time. So yeah, that's what I have to say in regards to that video. As far as everything else, there wasn't really that much. Yeah, so the next 2 videos were just Vine compilations. So, on my Vine account, let me tell this story. As I tell this story, don't forget to follow me on Vine. It's very important. Please. I got Vine a long time ago, and it's like, I just messed around with it because I had no idea what to do with it. I was a newborn baby given this medium, and yeah, I have no regrets. I still love using the thing, even though no one is on it anymore. Like, seriously, the only person on it left is Thomas Sanders, and I mean, I'm not complaining about that because he's legitimately funny, but I don't know, it just makes me feel like that one guy who's sticking his heels into the ground. You couldn't see it, but I was moving my feet. After messing around with the app for long enough, I was at I think it was like a bar mitzvah or something, a bar bat mitzvah, and they had like some fortune cookies out, and I opened a fortune cookie because, like, why wouldn't you? And it just said relationships. That's all she wrote. Literally, that is all she wrote. And I'm like, oh my god, I need to film this. And that is how the first Fortune got started. First Fortune video in my Fortune cookie series. And that is why in that video that I'm in like a suit, because I was just at a fancy party. And, you know, it kind of became this ongoing joke because I kept getting so many fortunes with like these like horribly written phrases or like badly transcribed. Like, they're jokes at this point, and I'm just reading the jokes. Like, I mean, I'm making them more transformative, but at the same time, I'm surprised no one did this before, because there is so many things funny. Like, I have done over 100 of those fortune cookie videos, and that's not even counting all the stupid random crap that I have going on my account. So there's that. And it's interesting too, because apparently some people really seem to like it. I mean, I'm not kidding. I have like a lot of followers on my Vine, like more than I feel like I should. I have almost 130 followers as of the time of this recording. And I've posted almost 500 videos. That's insane. Like, and so it got to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make 100 of these, and then every 10 or so, I'll compile them and put them on YouTube as like an ad for my Vine. That and just spreading the jokes across mediums and stuff. Kind of like how some people will post like compilations of their like Snapchat stories or their little Facebook videos. Excuse me. It's kind of like that. There's no need. Why am I excusing myself? Why are you looking at me like that? Stop looking at me like that. What? God, rot! So, follow me on Vine if you want to see more funny stuff like that. Because, like, I upload the fortune cookie videos, but they're not the only videos. So, my camcorder's battery ran out. I had to let it charge for a bit. The wire's currently still in it. You can tell I'm dedicated, yet still not a professional. Anyway, getting back to what I was talking about. Thankfully it happened just in between, like, transition. Hopefully the capture didn't get messed up. I should probably check that, actually. I'm sure it's fine. But, yeah. The next video that I would be talking about is the channel trailer. But I don't want to talk about that just yet. What I actually want to talk about is the video after that. And then we'll go back to the channel trailer, considering that this one will be quick and I want to save that for last anyway. Because I kind of have a little bit of a story for that. So, if you guys haven't already caught on, I have felt that throughout my entire life, I've always wanted to be a model. And then when I finally was able to reveal that to the world, I was finally able to accept the fact that I gotcha! I gotcha! Oh man, I've never really done like an April Fool's joke over the internet before. I've done April Fool jokes before. They're like out of context. They probably were not that good. This is the proudest one I have ever done, and I'm just kind of glad I did, just so I had an excuse to upload something. Basically, in my class where I thought I would be making videos, we're actually just testing out the equipment to understand how it works. I can guarantee you next semester will be different. I'm actually taking a video class, which I assume I'll actually be taking videos this time, and that should be a lot more entertaining. It should be like the last one where it was like a bunch of weird stuff. Anyway, the video took me like 20 minutes to make. I was like, this is a funny story actually. I was just up late one night and I'm like, April Fool's Day is coming soon. I should do something. And I just had this leftover footage from the class that we were just testing the lighting for, and I was posing for like super amazingly. And even I was like, I could probably use this footage later. I kind of want to, for something. I didn't know what, but for something. And I had the perfect thing. I was like, I'm just going to take that and say like, oh, I want to be a model. So yeah. Most of the editing time was taken up for the ending of it. It would have been a lot quicker without the April Fool's thing at the end, but God, it would not have been the same. Because I had to make that ending thing from scratch. I had to type it up and make a separate type file for each individual color, stitch it all together to be as long as a frame, and just copy paste it. Like, I probably didn't fully describe it to the way how it was done, but it took a bit of time. There's probably like an easier way to do it, but I'm proud of how it went about. Like, I uploaded it April Fool's Day morning. I go straight into my mom's room, and she did not even wake up yet. And she's like, "What?" I have something very important to share with you. She was watching it, and she didn't know what to make heads or tails of it because she was still like in that morning daze. But as soon as she saw it was April Fool's, she like had that smirk. You know, the smirk. That smirk. I was able to get so many other people too. I had so many different reactions. I showed it to a tutor, and like when she saw the hair flip part, she kind of giggled a little, but then like stopped herself because she was like, "What if this is serious?" In her own words, she was so relieved to see that it was an April Fool's joke. She bursted out laughing. Because, like, if it was serious, she really didn't want to hurt my feelings. Which, to be fair, that means I just got you even better. She was like, "Show it to this person," and I did it. And she's like, "Oh, you want to be a model?" And then it was April Fool's, and she's like, "Okay, you got me." Like, that was fun. I'm never going to model. Never, ever, ever, ever. I'll probably do, like, if I'm offered a lot of money, I won't lie, I'd probably do it, but I'm not going to start a modeling career. And I highly doubt I'm going to be paid any money for any clothing by anybody without me asking. So, I can guarantee you it's probably never going to happen. Oh, it looks like these. I doubt them. Anyway, that's all I have to say with that video. Now, as far as the channel trailer goes, As well as discovering annotations, I was also able to discover how to change my channel format. And thank Christ, I was finally able to figure that out. Like, I don't know about you guys. I'm sitting cross-legged now, and it's like I'm getting like real serious about this. I don't know about you guys, but in terms of looking as professional as possible, the standard YouTube channel format layout is really dumb. It's really bad. It's so bad. I don't know why the default isn't the most professional looking thing anyway. I was finally able to figure out how to do it. It offered me to have a channel trailer. They were like, it would be recommended if it was 1 minute long. I'm like, 1 minute? No. 2 minutes and 15 seconds. I didn't say that, but it ended up being exactly 2 minutes and 15 seconds. To the T. Just like how the April Fool's prank is exactly 20 seconds. I kid you not, during editing, like, it was 20 seconds and a frame? So I just shorten it by a frame, and it's just as funny. I don't know, I find it to be interesting that it's a little more precise. But of course, because the rounding mechanisms on YouTube is so messed up, it still shows it as being 21. Ugh. All my hard work of shortening it by a frame gone to waste. Anyway, this video was just your average Joe Blow compilation channel trailer. I tried putting in everything from everything I've made up until that point. Including the Vine compilations, actually. And yeah, the video at the end with the guy who is not me, that was actually taken from a video from a colleague of mine. His name is Vinny, that who is on the video. He made a video last semester called The Brush Tooth, which is basically a toothbrush but being advertised as something different, even though it is the same thing. It's really funny. I think they said it's on YouTube somewhere, but I haven't found it. But look up The Brush Tooth or something. They basically go out of their way to make it like an Apple parody, which is a complete copy of a certain someone that I'm not going to mention or anything. But it's still very, very funny. I hesitated for a minute. I don't know why. Because it actually is really funny. It was even more funny when, like, people at my school saw that video, for some reason saw Vinny and was like, whoa, no, that's not me. It hit harder for them, in a good way. And then the video that shows me, you remember, I think I mentioned it in the last rant, but there was a video that I filmed with my buddy Ben and some other guys that was really funny, but Ben's like, don't post that anywhere. It doesn't really represent how creative I really am. And, well, that clip was from that video. And he, like, to be fair, that's as much of that video as you're ever going to see. And like, it might as well have just been the raw footage with the slight bit of music under it, but it's whatever. Like, it's kind of like under that fair use thing where it's like, use enough but not all of it. It's like that. It's the same thing with Vinny's video. So yeah. I will admit that I spent much longer making that video than I probably should have. I was acting as a perfectionist towards it. Like, I was never satisfied. I was never done with it. To this day, I probably could make some changes, but I'm just leaving it as it is because it's good, and I just don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole. Not to say that I don't try to make everything as perfect as I can be. I believe that that's as best as I can make it. Because I change one thing, it's just going to mess up the entire thing again. Funny story. For those of you who don't know, there is a YouTuber by the name of Cat Icarus who, shortly after I uploaded my video, he decided to make a channel trailer for himself, and it follows a very similar format to mine, where he records himself introducing himself in the channel, shows like a long stream of clips of his previous work, and then ends it with a "this is what we do" kind of deal. And then like end card slate thing. Yeah. And yeah, I just thought that was cool. Yeah, I guess that shows that since someone who is actually getting paid to do this legitimately is doing something in a similar manner, I think it kind of shows that I kind of know what's going on. Either that or he sucks. And I don't think he sucks. I like him. He's funny. He's kind of got that. He's from the UK, so he's got that Monty Python humor. I know it's not for everyone, but I find him funny. Yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with me, hopefully. I have more plans for the future. I actually have some ambitious plans, but I don't know if I can implement them just yet. But I have plans. So, yeah. I don't know how to end this. Any way I'm gonna end this is just gonna be so awkward. So, let me just do the classic YouTube like, comment, and subscribe. Cool, thank you. I already said that.